a hero narrative about yourself. As many of our grandparents or great grandparents had that narrative about, it's the greatest generation saving us from in World War II, doing truly heroic, wonderful things. Our elderly generations and relatives and people have accomplished wonderful things and have overcome tragedies that we in our more comfortable and affluent post-World War II era haven't had to deal with as much, although last couple of years COVID was pretty awful
rough,
for a lot of people, including for that same class of elderly Americans who overcame so much decades ago. So it's not about disrespect or not saying they can't do it, but just being honest with people about what their abilities are.
But honest and empathetic are they can go hand in hand, right? So, and I said this before, there's an elephant in the room. Biden should have stepped aside and cleared the way for a younger, fresher voice. He would have been hailed.
He was going to do.
Wait, he would have been hailed as a hero because his party would have known that he was in the process for 4 years of not only running a presidency, but growing his own party and the next leaders and setting Democrats up for success built under his time in office. I think that being mean-spirited is totally different, and attacking his strategy that didn't work. It's a strategy that didn't work, and he's not president. So we're having conversations about what if, but he's actually just not. And so piling on in this moment just feels mean-spirited as opposed to relevant or helpful in any way. Because yes, we understand that his wife was doing what a wife might do, protecting her husband to the best of her ability and believing that he could still push through this. Probably not accepting herself that he was in a bit of a cognitive decline, which is also a hard thing that a grandma, if using that reference, might have to do for a grandpa. But that's just literally where we were. And so now we're here under President Trump. But the easy thing for people to constantly do is just throw darts at Biden. And it's like, oh my gosh, the man is like really just trying to live his life not in office anymore.
The motivations of the family seemed not necessarily admirable and mixed at best to me. In particular, Hunter more so than Jill. And it seems very clear that Hunter and Jill were exerting a lot of influence over Biden.
For sure.
Hunter has a lot of personal reasons to want Joe Biden to remain the president, to hold out for a pardon. Maybe if you really thought about it, his best case of his most likely chance of getting a pardon was Joe Biden not getting reelected or not being the president anymore and getting a pardon right at the last minute, which is exactly what happened. But I think he felt that he was better covered for his liabilities with, obviously, with Biden actually being in control of the Justice Department. They were frustrated. This comes across really clearly in the book. They hate Merrick Garland. Joe Biden and Hunter Biden hate Merrick Garland, the Attorney General.
But why? Obama appointed him.
They hate him because he he allowed these investigations into Hunter Biden that had been initiated by Republicans to go on. Very similar situation to how Jeff Sessions, who was picked to be Trump's attorney general, Trump picked him assuming he would kill these inquiries into Russiagate and other things, and then he didn't, and eventually Trump made him resign.
And I think both of those people are in positions where they're doing what's best for the country, and they think the country wants to inquire about,
right,
as opposed
Biden
to
didn't like that.
Political affiliation. Neither did Trump.
Yeah.
And just like Biden's kids try to benefit from his time in office, so do Trump's. They're literally opening a Qatari hotel while Trump is being nice and cozying up with the Middle East. Like, these are things that are happening that politics gets blurred when you have businesses and other things going on. So we can talk about this endlessly on both sides of the aisle, but I do think that that's not something that we should look at as a bad thing because someone's kid is trying to figure out how to benefit from their father's position when that happens every day in our life. If we're just honest about it. I don't think that that's a reason why we should say the entire Democratic Party needs to be thrown away because the son and wife protected Joe Biden, and he made his own decisions, as Jake Tapper mentioned. Like, it's not like he was just floating through this thing. He wasn't a clone. He was a human that went in and out of full consciousness, probably.
The entire Democratic Party needs to be thrown away.
No.
It does.
I knew you were going to take that line.
It does. Oh, it does. Oh.
No, it does not. It just needs a readjustment, and I think that they missed a huge moment under Biden to readjust, and now they're having a second moment that they're going to miss if they don't come up with a real plan. Every time we talk about it, we're talking about throwing money into creating a Joe Rogan. That's not a plan. It's not a plan that didn't happen overnight. This is just somebody with an authentic opinion that changes and sways, and we allow them the space to do it because they're a trusted podcasting voice for many people. So they need a different strategy, hold a different meeting, and use those millions in a different way. And so that's what I would tell them.
I agree with you on that.
Up next, former CBS star, undercover boss Stephen Klubeck is running for governor of California. He's here to tell us why he's the one for the job.